Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and start again where the camera just stopped, so I'm going to go back and redo this with you all, okay? Because you guys probably didn't hear it. Just remember to round your answers to nearest hundredth. And first question says, Philip is diving off of a bluff at the lake. The following equation of y equals negative 9.8 x squared plus 4x plus 12, you say f of x, models the dive. It asks you to find the x-intercept. And if you look, the x-intercept is probably where he enters the water, okay? And right here's where all the rocks is probably, and here's all the bluff, and this is probably where he jumps. So, to find the x-intercept, I could use the graph, but if I use the graph, I can't really tell where it is. So I can't use that. I can factor, which would be a little harder. I can complete the square, which would be harder, because your a is not a 1. So therefore, I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So if you want to know what I'm using, this is the quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula is going to work all the time. So I plug in my discriminant, which is b squared minus 4 times a times c, and that came out to be 486.4, which tells me there's going to be two real solutions. And since if I were to factor this down, there's a 0.4, it's going to get really messy and complicated, and I probably couldn't find a perfect square. Since the question says round to the nearest hundredth, I went ahead and just take a square root of 486.4, and that came out to be approximately 22.05. Then I plug it into the quadratic equation, which is negative b plus or minus your discriminant, all of that over 2 times a, okay? As you can see, so I typed into my calculator right here, and you have, let me go back up, negative 4 plus 22.05, which came out to be 18.05, and I divide that times my denominator, which is 2 times negative 9.8, and that came out to be negative 0.92. And there's my first x-intercept. This is the part where you show the work. The other x-intercept, as you can see, is negative 4 minus 22.05, which equals that, okay? Now I'm going to divide that, let me go ahead and push enter first, divide by parentheses 2 times negative 9.8, and you need, I said multiply and I typed in division. You need to put these two grouped together, okay? Otherwise your math is not going to be correct. It will divide, then it will multiply, which is not correct. And now you hit enter, so the other one is at 1.33. And your y is 0, okay? Let me write that correctly. So there is your x-intercept, two real numbers. And what does it mean? Well, it's just mean y equals 0 is the water in level. That is where he enters the water. So here's the air, and here's the water. So that's the water level entry. Okay, we can write something like that if you like. For your y-intercept, if you look at the equation, your y-intercept is always your c. So for your y-intercept, it is 0, 12. What does y-intercept mean? Well, he's crossing right there. So that's probably, the y-intercept is the bluff, okay? Probably the top of the bluff where he jumped off, where he jumped. All right. Relative maximum. Well, the relative maximum is right there. By the way, you could do this on a calculator, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Regarding your relative maximum, I can't really tell where it is right here, so I'm actually going to use my calculator to help me. And to do that, I'm going to go to y equal, type in my equation, negative 9.8 x squared plus 4x plus 12, okay? And you can hit graph if you like. Now notice it doesn't show everything. It doesn't show my maximum and all that because my maximum is above a 10, and right now I have it at a 10. You can go your window and change your Y max. Your Y max right now is at 10. What if I were to change that to a 15? Okay, see how it's a little above 12? And now you should see everything. There you go. So your maximum's right there. What you can do is you can hit second calc. See where it says maximum, which is number 4. You need to be to the left of the apex, which is your maximum. And then you scroll over to the right to set your boundary anywhere to the right, and you can hit enter. And it'll give you your maximum. So what is my maximum here? It is at 0.20, comma 12.41. And there is my maximum. While I have you on this calculator and you are graphing, to do the x-intercept, if you hit second calc, you can also hit 0. 0 is the same as your x-intercept, and it will give you both of these numbers. For example, let's do this very first one, okay? All you need to do is it says left boundary. You need to be to the left of where you cross and push enter. And now go to the right of it and push enter. Do you see how your y is 0? See how that matches up? You can do it like that also, okay? All right, unless I said show work, then you need to do the quadratic formula. What is the relative maximum? Well, that's probably the height, the highest height of his dive, okay? That's how high he got up. All right, the coordinate y1, your x is 1, what is your y? Well, let's see. You can go to second calc. Since I know what x is, you can hit value. So hit 1, and my x is a 1. When you type that in, you see how your x is a 1, it gives you your y. So when x is 1, your y is 6.2. Well, what does it mean? It just means when you're at 1, at this point right here, okay? So this is probably, let me see. So in 1 second, it's got to be a second. Nobody jumps in that minute. So in 1 second, Philip's dive, let's do that. Philip's dive is at 6.2. Does it say meter? We'll just say 6.2 units. Okay? So it could be like 6.2 feet per second. That's what I would assume it to be. It could be 6.2, oh, I'm so sorry. It could be 6.2 feet per second. It could be meters per second. Any one of those. But I'm going to assume this is a second since it doesn't say anything right here. So this, your x value is probably time in second, and this is probably height. This part right here is probably your height, and we don't know if it's in feet or in meters or in yards, so we're just going to assume usually it's probably in feet. So, all right, so there you have it. When x is at 1, so that means he's right here, okay? His jump is at 6.2, and that's what that means. So everything right here gives you the characteristics. Good luck.